M80 is very special because it was actually designed to, I don't want to say replace, but the M100 is the same, similar capacity, but it's designed for much heavier workpieces. And so we needed something for lighter workpieces like landing gears and crankshaft that needed the swing and needed the strokes, but didn't really need all the weight capacity. So we designed the M80, which is much more price competitive. And it has up to 1,000 millimeter swing, up to 8 meters between centers. It still can carry a fairly heavy workpiece up to 12 tons, but not so expensive like the M100. The tool magazines, you'll have more options with the M80 because now we can have up to 3 discs with up to 108 tools for standard tools. But then we also have options for a 4th disc where we can have prismatic tools for up to 15 of those, which means 133 tools. And then we have an option for a 200 tool chain magazine also. So we have tremendous flexibility for tooling. We can have tools up to 1.8 meters long in the prismatic tool magazine. And we can also accommodate special heads like grinding wheels, long angle heads, web face milling heads for crankshafts, all without opening the door, all inside the machine. The M80 can offer several different things, right? So we have obviously the standard tool magazine. We have the prismatic pickup magazine. And we also have the prismatic disc. So you can have the special accommodation for the prismatic tools where you can manually load tools. You have an option for a 3-station magazine over the headstock, which we call the pickup magazine. Then we have the option for 15 special tools, but then we also have options for a 2nd slide for special long boring bars. We have options for obviously many different types of boring bars, right? But we can have a boring bar with built-in sensors, so we can sense for vibration, we can sense for temperature, and we can sense for force or load, you know? So it can actually sense deflection of the bar. And this is done either with Bluetooth or a direct connection. So the boring bar will come out of the pickup magazine, it's connected into the machine, so he can sense for vibration, temperature, and force. And then it can either be with some operator input, he can adjust speeds and feeds to eliminate the vibration, or it can also be done automatically through the eye control, right? And then you also have an option for long ID milling heads. And in the long ID milling heads, up to 1 meter long, in the pickup magazine, you can also have automatic tool change in those angle heads. But then you also have an option for a completely separate slide with boring bars up to 250 millimeter diameter, now actually 300 millimeter diameter, and up to 3 meters long with vibration dampening and automatic tool change in the end of that bar. But also we have what we call the WFL system bar, which is a boring bar up to 500 millimeters long. And then any tool that's in the standard magazine can go into the end of that bar, including probes. So for example, the base bar is 500 millimeters. You put a 200 millimeter boring bar into the end of our base bar. Now you have 700 millimeter long boring depth. So if you need 5 different tool geometries inside of a bore, you don't need 5 different boring bars. You have one base bar and just change the heads. Well, the whole idea of a mill turn is that you don't take the part out and put it into another machine. You do it all in one machine, close the doors once, finish the machine complete. I have a particular application. We had a customer who was taking 1.5 months to machine a workpiece. It had nothing to do with cut time, 1.5 months, because the part was being moved around the shop to different machines for different operations. We now do everything in the mill turn in one operation, and it takes 13 hours. You can imagine what a game changer that is.